And there we go, that microphone is on. Welcome everyone, glad to have you all on board. Happy Monday. It is, what is it, Monday the 26th of June 2023. And glad to have you all here. A little slow on the start today. Was way up on the other end, up in St. Albert. And of course I'm down here on the south side. So a long way to travel back at the end of the day. And of course, you know, traffic is havoc. Anyway, welcome everyone. Glad to have you all on board today. And that is awesome to be here. And we're going to go take a look and see what we've got happening at our wonderful volcanoes. And we'll see if there's anything new or wild or crazy or anything like that going on. So thank you for all the welcomes there from Sue and Kevin and Oz is here, and Henry saying, "Hear you, Doc." Okay, and thank you, Hermione and Fluffy. And I think we're good for right now. All right. First person in today. We'll get that out of the way. Because I know he said he wanted cookies real bad. And, that's too many cookies. There we go. Henry gets his cookies. Congratulations, Henry, for being first one in. A very quick entry at that. I'm surprised he got in as quick as he did. But he did. So, all awesome. Wonky Donkey says 27th there. Wonky Donkey, set your clock back 2 hours, please. Yeah. You can reset it after the show is done. That'll be okay. And let's see. What are we getting at here? Why did my lava can run out? Oh no, I ran out of lava. We restarted it. All right. I guess the can is finite. There's only so much in it. Anyway, yeah, a little bit of fun there. Let's see what we got going on. So, let's take a quick peek at the earthquakes first to see if there's anything major out there. And right off the bat, we see a 5.2 over in Indonesia. And we see another one in the Tonga region, also 5.2, 5.2 on the Kermadec Ridge as well, Kermadec Islands. A bunch of rumbling and grumbling going on there in Puerto Rico area. Those are only 3s and 2s though, so nothing too serious. And that's not going to shake the house down. Well, not right away. It takes a little while with 3s. We do have another 4.6 up on the Aleutian Islands. So maybe there's going to be some action there. We'll see what happens. And the rest are smaller. We'll save those for later. That's all good. And yeah, it's been a hectic day getting things going. Of course, Mondays, you have to kind of wonder sometimes, you know, did people have a reasonably good weekend? And my weekend wasn't bad, so I didn't feel bad this morning. Getting up, you know, you get your feet on the ground. That's always a good start. And then you get at things. And of course, then you think you're going to have a good day, and it doesn't always work out that way. Well, my day wasn't that bad, but apparently my so-called co-worker, I don't know what his issue was today. He must have had a horrible weekend or something, but well, he got banned from the job. I guess the guy that was running the system there didn't like the way the guy was talking down to him, and I thought that was kind of interesting. So yeah, not a good representation for the company, that's for sure. But I just kind of shook my head at that and going, well, what the heck is going on? You know, and anyway, then of course the co-worker there made some smart comments towards me as well, and then basically handed me the data pack or the information for the job and walked out. So I just thought, wow. Just because I forgot the cucumber from my porch garden. What? Oh, got the first cucumber from the porch garden. Awesome. That is interesting. Thank you very kindly, Metal Omi 54. Metal Omi. I'm writing that down. Not the cucumber part, but the super chat. That's awesome. Fresh cucumbers are always good, though. Nothing wrong with that. And yeah, I make the standard traditional German cucumber salad, where you slice you shave your cucumber, you slice it, and sugar and vinegar. And I'm sure Metal Omi 54, I'm sure you've had that before, and you know exactly what it's like. And it is delicious, especially served cold. So, very nice, and thank you very kindly for that wonderful super chat. And let's continue on, though. Oh yes, and lots of dill. Yep, and you can throw dill in. Dill for me is optional, but you know, I can take it either way, either way. So that works. It doesn't matter if it doesn't have dill. Not a big deal. I'll still consume it very quickly and happily. Although my stomach doesn't like it, but I will. Anyway, let's get at things and see what we got happening around the world with our wonderful volcanoes. And of course, we'll start out in Hawaii. So I don't know if you guys managed to take a look at the secret volcano today. Top secret, and it's a sneaky trick. Be careful what you're guessing. Yeah. It's a secret volcano, of course, and that is it. I'll turn that back off. Also, get rid of that big banner, and then we will take a look and see what else we've got going on. We'll get rid of our canned lava, and there we go. And yeah, looking at Hawaii, there's a quick shot of Halemarumo crater, the southwest vent there. Still seems to have its two big ears up top. Looks like it's growing some eyebrows. And I'm not sure if that's a smile or not. Hard to tell. Anyway, they should zoom in on it once in a while. That'd be really cool to see how much it's broken up. And off in the distance, a lot less steam and smoke coming off in those areas, but we see more over here today. Kind of interesting. Looks like a cat. It's a volcano cat there, Henry. Those are special kinds. I think it belongs to Madame Paley, and that is all cool. Anyway, that is pretty awesome. Anyway, not much more to add to that. We do see the smoke coming off of a few places. No more smoke coming out of our west lava pond, though. We were seeing a lot here before, and that has completely stopped. So that's interesting as well. And of course, that where the old central vent was, that is still smoking. So things that make you go, Anyway, let's leave that be. We'll go over to the next photo. And these are the still shots. Of course, that's the old southeast lava pond. And that is our southwest lava pond. And the old west lava pond there, central crater. I'm surprised that thing looks bigger now than it was before. Actually, wasn't it further over here somewhere? No, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Anyway, Pig Island there. And we see some of the other stuff. Really nothing changed, nothing crazy going on, so let's leave that one be. Next shot, of course, is the B1 camera from a little further back, and you can see some of that steam coming off the edges. I don't know if that is all white rock or is there some steam involved in here as well, and hard to see in the other spots. That's a little too far away. We'll leave that be. Let's have a quick peek at the thermal, and we'll take a look there, and then we'll get at saying hello to everyone. So don't fret, we'll do that now that we've got a few more people in here. Anyway, this is their latest thermal shot, and we do see that west lava pond, not much happening in it. We are still seeing some brighter spots out here at the edges and the flow edges of that lava. Not sure if that's an indicator of something underneath that's going to pop out, or are we seeing settling, things dropping down, moving a little bit, creating cracks. That could be a part of what we are seeing or experiencing there. And that's pretty good for there. I'm going to put it back here for right now. We're going to say hello to everyone. So we'll start out by saying hi to Kevin Haynes and Sasha and Arliss and Hermione and Fluffy and Sue and Henry and Sasha. Hey, we got you already. And Oz. Did we? Yeah, we didn't say hi to Oz yet. And let's see, who else we got in here? We got Mr. Wonky Donkey, who's apparently in the future. And we've got Brian Perfectibility 999 also here. And let's see, who else we got? Dan is in the house. Welcome back, Dan. And going up a little bit more, Metal Omi 54, of course. I'm going to have a cucumber salad. I'm drooling now. I want some. Oz, welcome back. And let's see, we got Sue already, got Henry, got Kevin. All right, scrolling up, I see Dennis Ray. Welcome back, Dennis. And still moving on upward here in the list. Looking for, we see Grandma B. Did I say hi to you, Grandma B? Welcome. And Grandma B, yesterday, I missed you, missed saying thank you for gifting that one membership. And I don't know if you gifted it in here or you gifted it over in the other stream. But somehow, some way, I missed it. And I just wanted to say thank you. Just so you know, it didn't go unnoticed. It did at the time, but it did get noticed, so just wanted to make sure that I thanked you for it. There we go. And still scrolling up, looking for others. We got Oz already, Dan, Dennis, yep, Henry, a lot of repeats in here, a chatty bunch, which is all right. We don't mind that. That's what the chat is for, after all. And I am all the way up to the top, and don't see any more up there. And let's see, who else is down here on the bottom? Did I miss any of that snuck in while I was scrolling upward? I don't know if I did. Anyway, if I did not call out your name, I do apologize. We do try to say hi to everyone in here. Except for when it gets really, really busy, then it takes way too long, but we've only got 28 people in here, so that's not so bad, and glad to have you all on board. But if I didn't say hi, you can speak up and say, hey, you forgot me, or something, and we'll do that. I ate it for supper. What did you eat for supper? Oh, darn it, I want that fresh cucumber salad now. Oh, okay, never mind. All right, let's leave Hawaii be. Oh, I can't wait for a salad. Just a bit of kosher salt will do. Uh-oh. A cucumber sandwich, yeah, with some mayo. That works too. Or even some, what else did we used to put on there? Well, even just salt and pepper on there, that works. I'm game. All right, hide that cucumber there, Metalome. That may be a very quick extinction to that device. Anyway, let's get on to our next thing. Pickled beets. Oh, okay. Pickled beets aren't bad. I do like borscht too. That is not bad. Let's leave Hawaii be. And I'm just looking at the time here. I'm going to run through to the next break. All I need is a drink of Pepsi. And we're going to just not worry about this break here and keep right on going. Pickled herring. Oh, the old, what we call the roll mops. I don't know if those are the ones that you're talking about, Sasha. But, yep, I ate them. We're all good. Over to the next place. And that is over to Iceland. Let's have a look and see what we've got happening there. And of course, I had to reboot yesterday, last night. So everything is a little bit amiss again, but we'll get through that. Looking at our sunset happening there in Reykjavik, the capital city, not bad looking. It's 23:33 or 11:33 p.m. there. We are looking at the core of the city of Reykjavik from the Perlin Center, and a beautiful view today, and it looks not bad. If we go back about, 10 hours, let's try 10 hours. I don't think it was that nice looking. It looked a little bit rougher. Let's see, 10 hours. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Ooh, it looked like it rained 10 hours ago. Raindrops on the camera, and yep, that's what we're seeing. So they did have a little rain today. We'll see how that turns out. We're going to take a look at the other camera view, and that is also from the Perlin Center, but that is definitely not quite the same. Actually, I just want to back that up a little bit and see if we had a nicer sunset. No, that sun is too far to the north there for us to really see that sunset. Anyway, that is the regional airport there at Reykjavik, and we are just off to the right hand side is where the other scene was. Gonna put that back about 10 hours as well, see if we could see anything. And actually, that's 10 hours and 5 minutes ago. We do still see our wonderful Cape Lear off in the distance here. So not that bad of visibility, but you can see it is raining there. You can see those raindrops coming down. So not bad looking, but a rainy day. Get your umbrellas out. And you don't want to be stuck there without one. And let's go to the next shot. Of course, this is from the Reykjanes Peninsula down by the lighthouse. And you can see the weather there isn't the greatest. The road here, of course, heads out to the lighthouse. Down here, you can see that road. And there's our primary steam geyser. This is a geyser field. And behind there is a power plant. Trust me. And we are unable to see off in the distance, so I'm not even going to talk about it. Let's back that up about 10 hours and see what it was like. And there we go. And we can see the city of Reykjavik over there, or town of Reykjavik, I should say. You can also see a little bit of a rise back there. That is, of course, Ragnar, our wonderful volcano, and the primary vent. And yes, you do see the power plant in this shot. And I'm not sure if you can see the, well, I don't see too much steam over there, but It's over there. The Blue Lagoon is right over there where that mouse is pointed. So pretty awesome. Let's carry on here. We'll make that one smaller. Go to the next shot, and that should be Katla. And Katla seems to be hiding under the clouds, and does look like there's a neat sunset happening. And if we back that up just a little bit, we get a little more of that sunset. Not bad. We do see some of the ice on the edge of that ice field for Katla. Kind of a nice, that almost looks like a volcanic eruption over there, doesn't it? That would be neat if that's what we were seeing. Wow. Let's back that up a little bit more. And right about here. Yeah, you know, that's almost worthwhile taking a picture of, so I did. All right, and yeah, pretty awesome. Let's back that up though to about the 10-hour mark and see if we can actually see Katla. Maybe not 10 hours, that might not work. I'm just looking here, and oh, let's try that. No, no go. Too many clouds in there. Did it peak out at any point here? We may not be able to see it after all. It did have some yucky clouds coming through, so a little bit difficult to see Katla at times because, one, it is elevated a little bit. Number two, clouds in Iceland are usually fairly low, and that is what we're seeing right there. So that is actually about 2 hours and 2 hours and 4 minutes ago. Going to put it back on live. We'll make that one smaller. We'll have a look at the other view, and we'll see if that shows up a little bit better. Nope, volcano gray. So we're not doing nothing with that one. Let's put it back on here, and we'll go to our next place of fun and frolicking, and that, of course, is our harmonic tremor charts, our rumble chart, as we call it. And I did just refresh it before the show. I'm going to refresh one more time here just to make sure. And there we can see what our daily activity is. First off, we see a fairly steady but a slow decline in our magmatic or purple color here. We do see a little bit of an uptick and then a drop in our seismicity. Again, not very steep drop, just a general going down the hill. And then we see this down here, our tectonic movement, and we are seeing some spikes that look pretty heavy right here. Something happened. Obviously, this would have been a larger quake. It looks like it had some smaller ones right in that same time frame. And then another quake, or 2 or 3 in the area. It looks like 3 stacked together. We'll find out what that's doing as soon as we get over to the not volcanoes, the earthquakes. That's the other things. Anyway, let's take a look and see what we've got at Askia. And there, let's see, up there we go. Askia. Well, it's a magmatic and definitely on the downward trend. Seismicity stayed up pretty level until near the end of the day, and we've seen it head down and now kind of holding steady. No major spikes in here, so likely no major earthquakes. And our tectonic action, it waned a little bit, and then trying to rebuild and kind of sitting at the end there, almost at the same spot or same magnitude as when it started. And not seeing too much more. We're going to go down and see if they've got the Grimsey chart working yet. No guarantees. And Grimsey, where are you? Grimsey is blank. No Grimsey. Let's go to the next one. And that, of course, is Grindavik. And Grindavik, of course, to the southwest of Philadelphia. And we do see the magmatic kind of a steady decline. but still held in there, so not that far down from where it started. We are seeing all kinds of spikes in here as well. We'll see where those earthquakes are. Seismicity almost the same as what we've seen at Erupción. But again, remember midday I said something always gets turned on. Sunday it didn't. They took a day off. Saturday they did. Friday they did. Thursday they did. Wednesday they did. You know, so something going on there. The machinery working, but we also see the big spikes. We're going to find out. Let's go take a look at the other one, and that is Krusevik, which is to the northeast of our wonderful Erupción. And let's see if we can get on to that. Krusevik, where are you? There you are. And they're magmatic almost straight across with a slight decline near the end. And a little bit more of a roller coaster in here, a small one mind you, or maybe those are just speed bumps for our seismicity. And as far as tectonic action, nothing wild here for sure, but we are seeing some low-level spikes in here, likely some earthquakes in the area. So let's leave those charts be for right now. And of course, if you do want them, you can download them. Our wonderful Sue Hayes did type in Rumble chart and brought up that link. So that's always cool. And I want to get it up there to Erupción. Where are you? Right about there. We'll leave it there. Let's get over to the earthquakes. See what's shaking. And 108 quakes in the last 24 hours. 109 now, as we can see there. And let's see what the heck is going on. Doesn't look like the activity is up north. It looks like it might be in Katla, or lo and behold, on the Reykjanes Peninsula. We like that. Let's take a look here. Actually, let's do this backwards. We're going to start at the top, work our way down for a change. Magnitude 1, 10 kilometers down from 1227. Next one is a 1.7, 1.1 kilometer down from 2340. And the next one is, that's it. Next one is this one. 2147, we had a magnitude 1 of 5 kilometers down. Then we had a 0.4, 7.9 clicks down from 2130. 0.8, 8 kilometers down from 2150. 2140, we had a 1 in magnitude and 7.8 kilometers down. 0.5, 8.5 kilometers down from 2132. And let's carry on. We're not seeing anything there. We're not seeing anything at Askia, but we do have a couple over here fairly close to Heatherbright. Let's take a look at these. 0.5 to 6.6 kilometers down, and that is from 1106 for that guy. This one from 1322, and that is a 0.52, 7.5 kilometers down. And the one that's really close to Heatherbright is the 0.66, 4.3 kilometers down from 143. And let's zoom out, go back in, and this is at the Bardabunga, 1.5 in magnitude, 1.1 kilometers down, 2300 was the time. A little further south of that, we have a 0.7, 4.2 kilometers down from 2053. Let's grab this 1.3, 1.1 kilometers down from 1632. And now let's engage into Katla. And let's see what we got there. A whole bunch. And let's start out with some of the bigger ones. 2.13 surface quake, 135 meters down, 1444. 2.22 also surface quake, and that is from 2104. We'll get the big ones out of the way. 2.47, also surface quake, 127 meters, 135 meters down, sorry, from 1401 for him. Next one is a 2.22, again, surface quake, and 135 meters down, from 1352. Pardon me. And let's see, well, I'll just do a few randoms in here. 1.17 surface quake, 1356 for him. 1.15 surface quake, 1357. We got that 1.7. Let's see, we'll grab this one. 1.06, and that's 332 meters down from 1401. We got a 1.15, 135 meters down, 1357. Let's get some of these small ones here. 1350, a 0.68, 135 meters down. This one over here, 135 meters down, from 0.78 in magnitude, and 1358 is the time. I'm actually looking for something that is other than, there, that's a little deeper, 4.7 kilometers down for 0.71 from 1404. And what about in here? Yeah, surface quake, 0.68, 1350. 0.63 surface quake of 1353. This 0.7, 4.1 clicks down, and that is 1354. The 0.64, also a surface quake, 5 minutes after midnight, and kind of makes you wonder. So we do have likely a lot of ice movement on top there. If it was a warm day, it would not surprise me, but I was looking for stuff underneath, and we're not seeing it at the base. More quakes that are like 1 kilometer down, or thereabouts. Most of everything is 135 meters, which is fairly shallow and within the ice. Anyway, this one is from 1502, a 0.57, 4.9 kilometers down. Next one is from 1921, 0.1, 7.7 kilometers down. And 1.06, 3.4 kilometers down, 1355. And then we've got this one, 1.24, 5.1 clicks down, 1320, a 0.96, 5 kilometers down from 1324. Zooming out a little bit, let's see what else we got on the way to our Reykjanes Peninsula. 1.28, 5.1 kilometers down, 8 minutes after midnight. And let's see what we got here. Getting into the Kristevik area, we have a 0.47, 6.3 kilometers down, 4 minutes after midnight. This one is a 0.72, 6.7 kilometers down, and that is from 11:21. Another 0.72, 2.7 kilometers down, 8:07 this morning, and 1.27 for 3.8 kilometers down from 7:20 a.m. and 1.01, 3.9 kilometers down, and that came in at 6:58 this morning. Now, this is our outline for our Fjord, of course, and that is pretty cool and awesome. There's a Siggy Fisher right in there, that bottom triangle, and that, of course, is our, sorry, this is a Ragnar, my bad. This is a Ragnar. This is Siggy Fisher. Oh, troubles. Let's look at what we got here just on the edge of our Fjord system. A 0.2, 1.9 kilometers down, 1942. A 0.1, 1.5 kilometers down, 1944. A 0 from 2.4 kilometers down, 1951. And 0.3 from 1.8 kilometers down, 2020. Did we get that 0.6? 1.6 kilometers down, 1943. So that's what's happening there. We notice those quakes are around 1.5 kilometers to 2 kilometers down, And that is interesting because everything else that we've seen in this area seem to be rising up. So I'm wondering if we do have some magmatic issues there that are going to play a role in our future. Let's look at the rest of the Reykjanes Peninsula. We'll do this zero first. 3.4 kilometers down from 2053. 0.8 in magnitude, 5.8, 9 kilometers down, 2220. Older one, 0.89 from 35 minutes after midnight, 5.2 kilometers down. And then we've got this one, 1.1, 3.7 kilometers down, 2204. And this one from 12 noon, 1.34, 5.2 clicks down. And let's zoom in a little bit, spread them out, and there are a lot of quakes right there. 0.87, 3.7 kilometers down from 1150. This is a 1.54, 7.2 clicks down at 1254. 1.91, 7.1 kilometers down, 1251. And this one here, 1238, 1.7. And that's 7.5 kilometers down for him. This little 0.1 here, 5 kilometers down, 2346 today, so brand newish. Another 0.6 there, 2.5 kilometers down, 1212 is the time on it. 1.4, 1.1 kilometers down from 1549. And they get really jumbled up in there, so we're going to just pick out a few bigger ones and leave those. This one is from, what is it? It's a 2.96, 5.5 kilometers down, and we see it from 11:56 is the time on that. The next one is from 2:15 a.m., 6.3 in magnitude, 11:45 is the time on it. A 1.57, 6.4 clicks down, and 1201. And this is a 1.58, 6.5 clicks down, 1203. And we'll get to the newer one here, 1.1 in magnitude, 6.4 kilometers down, 2345. 1.01, 7.8 clicks down, 1145 down on the bottom. We see this one here, a 1.22, 6 kilometers down, 1212 is the time on it. A 1.11 in magnitude, 5.9 kilometers down, a 1442 for that one. This one is a 1.74, 5.4 kilometers down, 1158. And from 1300, we had a 1.2 in magnitude, 6.4 kilometers down. Next one is a 1.49, 5.5 kilometers down, 1146 for that guy as well. And let's grab this 0.9 way over here. And that is very new. Thank you, Tom, for the 5-minute break. A warning, and 2351, 0.9, 7.6 kilometers down. And we have a few stragglers here, though. 1.2, 1.1 kilometer down, and 2031 for him. And this too, that is a 1.1 kilometer down from 2050. I think we've got most of everything that is there. Oh, no, how about a 1.3? 2.9 kilometers down from 2134. At least that's what it looked like. It is, so I got it. All right, that is basically our quakes, all 118 of them. There's quite a few, and that stepped it up quite a ways from what we were seeing yesterday. So that is definitely a larger amount by far. And you know, whenever we see a tectonic action or in quakes like that, we always have to wonder, what is driving this? What's going on? Is it magmatic? Is it tectonic? A and B inland and near Iceland. A, B inland near Iceland. What are you talking about, wonky donkey? A, B inland. A, B. Okay. Yeah, thanks there, Ray. All right, or Dennis, I should say. Dennis Ray. There we go. Yeah, it looks interesting though, and I always wonder, like I say, what is really happening underneath there. This, of course, is on our fault line. If you can see that going around through here, and it gets up to that corner. No surprise that we got a quake right there, and then of course it moves up. Wow. Do you have a chocolate biscuit sandwich called a wagon wheel? Yes, we certainly do. Canada is the inventor of the wagon wheel, and we do have those. And Oz, wagon wheels have been here for many, many years. Let me write that down though. Oz, super chat, and that is awesome. Australian $10 super chat. Yeah, wagon wheels. When I came in 1970, they had wagon wheels in the grocery store, and we wondered what they were. They did look like a chocolate with a big cookie, and then of course a marshmallow style center. So yep, and a pickled herring would ask you to eat the wagon wheel. Heck. Oh, yeah, wagon wheels are good. Auto one correct strikes again. They're a wonky one. The wonky one, eh? That is not what I typed. Oh, wonky donkey, I'm sure you typed that. Canada snack. Yeah, snacks. That's what we have. And what else is there? Well, I don't know if you have Twinkies, but those were back in that general generation as well. So thank you very kindly, though, Oz, for your wonderful super chat, and that is awesome. Just about break time. Let's take a quick peek over at our Azores, and I gotta find them. There they are. I haven't looked, so real quick. There's we are on the island of St. George. That is one of the villages, and this here is the harbor, all lit up, and you can see the light reflecting in the water there. Let's move on and look at the next shot. This is a little cove that we always watch, and we see how much white water is in here, and we see a little bit, but not much. Maybe I'll wait another second, see if we have another wave splash up there. Doesn't look like there's anything too heavy, so yep, you're probably safe to go out with your little boat tonight. And let's take a quick look at the shot here. Still no quakes, nothing new on the island of St. George, or São Jorge, if you want to say it in Portuguese. And next we're going to open up the map and make that a little bit bigger, and the bigger, get rid of the commercial, and take a look at some of the earthquakes. So yeah, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quakes, and they've got to be all in that same vicinity. Let's look at what we got. Oh, there's 4 there. That's San Miguel Island, and we'll take a look at this. 2.5 surface quake happened at 21:39. Next one is 2.4, 10 kilometers down from 5:40 a.m. UTC or GMT. 2.2 surface quake from 14:31. The other one is 2.1 from 14:38, also surface quake. All right, where's my other quake? I have to zoom out and hunt for it. Is it over here? Ah, there it is. We found it, and that is just northwest of Fayal Island, right there. Anyway, 2.0 surface quake from 1717, and that is all we've got for the Azores. And of course, for those not familiar with this area, there is, of course, the Azores in the middle of the Atlantic, right along the mid-Atlantic ridge. That's the East Azores Fault. And you get up here, it's called the Rakens Ridge. And there you got Portugal and Spain and France and England and Wales and Scotland and Ireland over here and Newfoundland over there. And Sue waving at us from the other side of the pond from our wonderful Nova Scotia. And of course Iceland up here. So that is pretty good. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it is a time for me to take a break. I'm going to turn on that canned lava while I'm taking that break. And we'll make sure we get that archive thing on there so nobody asks. All right, so for those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, give it a quick bop. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing if you feel we've earned it. On that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'll be back in 5, 6, or 7 minutes. Keep smiling. Here comes some music, and I'll be back. And the microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000. You're watching VolcanoX live stream. Thank you for the welcome backs from Sue and Henry and Sasha. And I swear I heard a duck in there somewhere. And thank you for the welcome back, Oz. And I hear you, DrFox2000. Quack. Thanks, Sharon Stewart. And thanks, Kevin. Yeah, Quackers, the duck is back. Apparently, he's in there somewhere. That silly Quackers. But that is okay. Yeah, thank you, everyone, for the welcome backs. We're going to park our lava, and we'll pause it. Not deposit, but just pause it. And Nightbot, welcome back, Nightbot Daddy. What? Oh boy, I don't know what that's about there. Park it. I don't know what that's about either. Oh boy, that could be trouble. Anyway, it's time to get at our bacon seeds, and our wonderful Piggy has sent us a pile more. Let's take a look at what she sent us today. There she is, sending things. And we'll start out right here. Uh-oh, somebody is too little. Can't quite make it into that pool. Oh boy, what are you going to do when you got a hogwash and you can't get in it? Somebody needs to get him a little stool. Oh no, this is terrible. Little steps or something to get up and over. Oh, poor guy. I hate seeing that. Let's see, and he's trying so hard too. Next, and I think he made it in. And they filled up the pool. Looks pretty awesome. And look at the smile on that pig's face. That is just absolutely wonderful. And nice to have them on board there. Yep, tiny pigs. And next bacon seed is this one. We got 4 in a tub. I don't know what they're doing, but it looks like there's all 4 of them in the tub, and they each have their own colored ball. That is awesome. Nice to see that. Cute little bacon seeds and balling up. Yep. It looks that way. Let's see what our next bacon seed is. Another one. This one did make it into its hogwash. Enjoying the wonderful day. And that is just nice to see. I see you got one of the balls in the background there as well. So that's pretty cool. Let's see what our next one looks like. And this little guy, look at how happy he looks. Very happy looking piggy, going, hi, I'm here. Pigkini. Pigkini? Yep. Swimsuit that fits a piggy. Yeah, awesome. Anyway, that is a nice looking bacon seed. Let's see the next one. Somebody else needs a hogwash. And these ones, of course, are beach pigs, and they like doing what they're doing. A big long stretch from that one, and that is being up in the front there. Yeah, needs a hogwash, but you know they got a big bathtub right behind them, and they do love water. Edward King, welcome, and saying I love the show. Awesome, Edward. And the next one for bacon seeds is somebody getting a kissy or a snout bop. I don't know, either or, but looks like those pigs are just running amok there, enjoying their day. And let's carry on with another one. And we do have this one. A snout to nose. It's a snout bop. Anyway, we're back to pools. And this one is in his or her pool. Looking pretty cool. Pardon me. Hang on. There, washed it down with some Pepsi. That helped. And yeah, it looks like that piggy is having a nice, cool time. Swimming champions. Absolutely. Here's another one. I don't know where this one is. Looks like up on a bench or something. And looking down at the camera. And we got one more bacon seed for today. And we'll see what that one looks like. And that is this guy. Uh-oh, he's hungry. Chomp, 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 chomp. Counter pig. And he's having a good time eating. He wants more. More food, please. There's more. Chomp. I wonder what he's eating. It's either cheese or pineapple. Cheese, please. It might be cheese. He's cute. I like that. Yeah. I can't tell if that's cheese or pineapple, but looking pretty awesome, you guys. And I love the expression on that little piglet's face. He looks like he's just absolutely enjoying what he's doing there. So, all awesome. So that's it for our bacon seeds for today. And a big thank you to Piggy for sending those in. And that is very, very nice. Henry is saying it's a pineapple. I have no idea whether it's a pineapple or cheese. It kind of looks like pineapple when you look at it when they first bring it out. There. And I don't know. To me, I thought it was a pineapple. But you never know. You never know. Either one will satisfy. Yeah, Sharon, I thought a pineapple. Yeah, I think so too. It looks kind of like pineapple. But, you know, whether it's cheese or pineapple, that pig is certainly enjoying it. Did not spit it back out or anything. Or a slice of lava cookie. Could be too. Might be. Anyway, let's leave that guy be. We'll get back over here to this scene. Turn off our little banner. We'll pause our lava. And we will take a look at our secret volcano for today. And there it is. Isn't that gorgeous? That's a gorgeous volcano. And let's see how quickly people can get it. Metal Omi 54, you're right, it could be something like that. Sue Hayes already got it. She wanted cookies really bad today. No, it is a stromboli. A pig doesn't have to worry about fat in his diet. Yeah, Stromboli is the secret volcano today. And Sue gets the cookies. Congratulations, Sue. And I thought I'd make this one a little easier. It gives people a little bit more of a fighting chance to get somewhere with it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. That is actually pretty nice shot though. And I thought, yeah, you know, looking at it, seeing the lava coming down the hill and the Strombolian style eruption, hence the name. So all awesome. And love the stars in the background. That is actually a very, very cool shot. Okay, so let's carry on with other volcanoes. I'm going to turn that guy off though. Let's see if we can do that. We'll leave that lava be. And we will get over to our next one, and that shall be Popocatépetl. And I'm going to forewarn you, we did not have very good visibility. And they've got some weather down there that is just kind of sticking around. We seen that yesterday on the weather map, and I don't think we have seen Popo all day. Oh, hang on, we got something there. Oh, this is very early in the morning. This is from 6:57 a.m. Let's get a better quality picture. And yeah, that is about it. Oh, I didn't change it to 480. There we go. That's better. But yeah, not that much of visibility. We do see this morning it was certainly off gassing, but prior to that we couldn't see anything, and after that it was pretty much gone for the day. Hang on, we might have a glimpse at it just a little later at 7:01 a.m. Barely see it through the cloud, but we do see it is continuing to off gas. And the rest of the day I don't think it was visible at all. We'll put that one back on live, make it smaller. We'll go to the 4 shot and see if you can see it on there, and apparently not either on that one. Didn't matter where we click, it seems to be not working. And yeah, no, lots of volcano gray from all of those streams. So we'll leave that be and we'll go on. So we know it was popping this morning. Popocatépetl, of course, about 70 kilometers southeast of Mexico City, and that is where it is, up high on the plateau. Let's go to the next shot. This will be Fuego, and that of course is in where is that? Guatemala. How about that place? Let's go back and see. They too had a weather system, and I don't know if it even showed itself at any point here during the day. Just scanning across the bar at the bottom of the scrub bar, if you want to call it that, and I am not seeing it. So no visibility. Let's not worry about that. That is a volcano gray. Unfortunately, nothing we can do about it. So we'll maybe find out what's going on later. And next, a volcano a little further south. This one is slightly different. This, of course, is Masaya volcano in Nicaragua. You can definitely see the lava. This shot, I clicked on this as soon as I got home, so I got in the door and did that. We do see that. That's not bad, and that is looking pretty awesome. Let's see what it looks like right now. Ooh, nice glow, and yep, definitely looks like the level of lava is increasing inside that caldera. I'd like to see it fill all the way up to the top of the rim here. That would be pretty awesome. And let's leave that one be. Let's go to the next one real quick. And this is Rincon de la Vieja. And you can actually see it. There is the volcano. I'm surprised we can see it. Earlier I checked, it was all gray. So, yep, we have a volcano. I can't tell what it's doing, but we certainly have a volcano. Might be off-gassing here a little bit. I do not know, but yeah, it's nice to be able to actually see it for a change. Usually it's not very visible. And that is, of course, like I said, a Rincon de la Vieja. Next one's, of course, is here. And that is, we'll start out with Lascar. This is down in Chile, and that is just as the sun is starting to set, and we are seeing Lascar, of course, doing its thing, going into the sunset. Don't see much for off-gassing or any kind of a plume there, maybe just a tad bit, but nothing that is recognizable. Let's leave that one be. And next shot, of course, is Laguna del Mole. And Laguna del Mole, of course, goes into the darkness with snow and ice and everything else nice. So that is what we've got there. Let's leave that one be. And just looking at the one from Villarrica, I didn't see it showing up at all. So they must have some cloud conditions down there that are kind of stopping us from seeing it, but hey, it is what it is. Let's not worry about missing a one. We do have, though, a report on Ubinas, so let's have a look at that. Ubinas volcano in Peru, new ash emissions alert status raised to level 3. And here is that wonderful photo, and you can definitely see the volcanic ash being emitted out of the cone and heading off into what I'm assuming is a northwest direction. This, of course, was captured on the 23rd by a Sentinel-2 satellite, and that is kind of a nice view. And let's see, is there anything other than that? More pictures? No, just a nice beach. Red beach, desecrated scoria cone. Ooh, that used to be the edge of a volcano, caldera. Interesting. And next one is more guys doing something. Tom Pfeiffer is the photographer, and it doesn't say which volcano they're at. Again, I wish they'd put the volcano in. And that, I don't know where the heck that is. Pattern forming erosion gullies on the west flank of Abram caldera. That is pretty cool, eh? And Gary, 24/7 Live VZ Skies is here. Welcome, Gary. Anyway, back to our shot there. And just a quick read. So the Volcanic Ash Advisory Center and Buenos Aires detected, is it Buenos Aires? Buenos Aires, okay. Detected a new ash emission from the volcano over the past 3 days, according to, we'll just call it VAC, and the satellite, latest satellite data from June 23rd, gray dense ash plume rose to an altitude of 21,000 feet to 23,000 feet, or 6,400 meters to 7,000 meters, and drifted north and east, northwest, and west. They forgot south. Come on, get it. And the GIP reported the seismic activity has been increasing since mid-May. And of course, this followed a fumarolic activity accompanied by near constant emissions of steam-laden plumes, which reach approximately 500 meters above the crater. Therefore, the alert level of this volcano was raised to level 3. So not that bad, but that is not a bad shot, and shows you where it is, out in the middle of nowhere, and looks pretty rough terrain there. So if they did have an eruption, I don't believe that it will get to anyone. It looks like, other than ash, perhaps, it's pretty far away from most people. Let's leave it there, and let's get ready for our next one. Actually, I'm going to put this back on Popocatépetl so I can find that easily. And we'll leave Ubinas be, and we'll go here, and we'll try to find that one. They're all gray looking today. And why is that so low? 240. How about 1080? That works better. Yeah, this is a Merapi, and if we go back and looking at Merapi in the wee hours, it looks pretty bad. I'm trying to find it, and yeah, I don't think we had a very good visibility at Merapi today, or last night. There we can see just a little tiny bit of lava through those clouds. So yeah, not good visibility. Anyway, I'm going to put that back on live. We're going to leave Merapi be for today, unfortunately. So nothing really cool there. Make that one smaller. Go to the next shot. And that one, of course, is our wonderful Mount Ruapehu, which we can't see. It's hiding behind clouds today, too. How come everything is behind clouds? Mother Nature is not loving volcano viewing today. And let's see if we got anything better in the earlier times. Doesn't look like it. Nope, I'm not going to see Mount Ruapehu either. All right, so let's leave that one be. We do know it's back there. It is there. Trust me, it hasn't gone anywhere. It's just these clouds are in the way. And next one, of course, is looking at our seismicity charts for Taupo. Looking at the chart real quick, we see very little activity. We see one little spike in here, and then the last roughly about 12 hours or so have been very, very quiet, if not a little bit more than that, depending on how many hours they're actually putting in there. But that looks pretty quiet as far as I'm concerned. Let's have a look at the other chart, and this is, of course, for further to the north. And it too is very, very quiet, so nothing happening there. Let's take a look and see what we've got on our map there today. Let me get over here and make that picture a little bit better. There we go. The caldera for Taupo, of course, is the entirety of the lake. We are unable to see Mount Ruapehu behind all those clouds out there in the background. And that is about it. No flea market. A camper over there. Darn it, we are not seeing any flea markets. The one thing I haven't seen here is those big Winnebagos and campers that you see here in North America. That is interesting. But anyway, that is what we've got. It is time for me to go take a break, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get out of this and change that back to there and here, and we will put you back on the canned lava, and I will work on changing that out tonight, that canned lava. For those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, please give it a quick bop and help us out. The more likes we got, the better off we are. And especially if we get over that 100 mark, the YouTube analytics really do kick in. Other than that, if you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing if you feel we've earned it. On those friendly notes, I'm going to go take a break. I'm your host, DrFox2000. I'll be back in 5, 6, or 7 minutes. And keep smiling. Here comes some music. Thanks. And there we go, that microphone is on. Welcome or welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000. And we apparently still have a duck. Okay, thank you for the welcome backs from Sasha and Sue. And of course, from the duck. And Sue says, I just found 1 hour version of Steps by Anon Domain Beats. Oh, cool. And that is pretty awesome. And welcome, OneFish26. I forgot to say a good night to Kevin Haynes. A good night, Kevin Haynes. And I hear you, Dr. Fox 2000 from Sharon Stewart. Quack, quack. I can't do it as good as he can. Oh boy. Anyway, that is not that bad. So let's get on with our next items up for bid and see what we've got going on. Of course, we had a look at our stuff on the other scene. I want to go double check here and see what we've got at our wonderful Semeru. Yeah, as you can see, a Semeru is right there. Isn't it beautiful? No, my God. Let's see if we can get back a little bit in time and see if it was in cloud all night long. Well, it's not in cloud at this point. Let's see, that is 3 hours and 20 minutes ago. A nice lava flow coming down. I just want to make sure that's sharp enough. Yeah, well, I guess visibility sometimes doesn't do us justice with the cloud and stuff in the way. Cameras hate clouds. They can't focus on them for some reason. And that is a kind of a nice looking shot, except for we need more lava. And prior to that, at 15 minutes earlier, we seen it was in the clouds, and then it did the in and out of the clouds for a while. We do see a little bit of a plume coming off the top. Let's see if we can get to it here. And that is somewhere around here. We do see some puffs, and it lit up fairly well. And that may have caused some of that lava flow. Not bad looking there. And let's see if we can find it in a different light here. I'm trying to see if there were any eruptions of sorts. Okay, so that lava didn't get far enough down. I'm trying to spot where the lava came out, and I'm not seeing it for some reason. It wasn't here yet, was it? No, it's still not further down. It had to have been while it was in the clouds, unfortunately. Yeah, I think so. So let's not worry about that. Let's go back a little bit further. This, of course, was at 5 minutes after midnight at their time. Not bad. And we go back in a little bit further back, 22:33, obscured. We do see the top of the cone there, but very, very little visibility of the volcano at all. So again, bad weather, and that is pretty normal for that area. It is that time of the year, so that's what we're seeing. Gonna make that one smaller and go to our next one, and that is Mount Mayon, and that is in the Philippines. And right now, of course, there's our friendly clouds, and they will dissipate and get out of our way, I hope. Let's go back a little ways, and we can see there was some activity at the volcano. And there you can see, there's no time on here, so I don't know exactly when this was, but you can see it was definitely pluming. And if we go back a little bit further, we can see that between some other clouds as well. Very, very large plume coming out of there. I'm not sure the height of it, but certainly is visible. And if we go back even further, this is about 49 minutes ago, and that is what we were seeing up top there. So a very neat looking plume that is not dissipating very quickly. and that means it's being pushed back up. This is about 56 minutes ago, and more off-gassing happening there at our wonderful Mayon. And Mayon, yeah, Mayon volcano. I like Mayon. Just wish we had a better camera on it. This is as far back as I can get. That's an hour and 3 minutes ago. Quite a bit of off-gassing though. That is quite a large plume, and we like it. Anyway, let's go put that one back on live. Unfortunately, I don't have any nighttime view, so we don't get to see the lava flowing. Let's go to our next volcano. Well, let's go here. I don't think they're on today. Taal, no, doesn't look like Taal is working, but we had a little clip, and I'm going to see if we can put that little clip up here. This one is from Madame Rutsa, so let's see what it was doing for Taal. This, of course, was at 9:20 a.m. So let's hit that, and there you go. You can see, yep, Taal is definitely throwing out some gases and steam and SO2 and everything else. We'll give that a thumbs up, and that is all cool. So, yeah, that's not bad. So there's your update for Taal. I'm going to put it back on the other one here, and that is, of course, our friendly neighborhood Semaru. But let's see, I'm going to see if we can spot anything else real quick. Give me a second, and we'll go over and see if we have any visibility of Stromboli. Well, we might. Let's take a look there. Oh, that's the wrong one. How about this one? There's a Stromboli. We do see a little bit of it there. So right in there, you can see the off-gassing and the pluming. You can see some stars in the background, so they've got relatively good visibility. Down here in this thermal, we're not seeing a heck of a lot. The other one is slightly different angle, that thermal there. And there you can see a puddle of lava sitting inside that caldera area. Unfortunately, you can't quite see the smoke that's happening from it, but that is what we've got. So we know Stromboli is there. We know it's still cooking. It hasn't shut down. And hopefully we'll see some pluming action every once in a while and see what it is doing. So we'll leave that one be for right now. And let's see, where do I want to take you next? Now over to our wonderful Shivalish. And let me get to that right page. I just want to check something else before we go over there. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was going to show you Etna too, but Etna was hiding behind the clouds completely, and not worth a while trying to fight with that. So Shivalish, we make that a little bit bigger, let it load up, and expand it some. Hard to see where the egg is because of all that smoke, but we can see it. It is in there. So it's building a new dome, the lava dome, and slowly building it. We do see a lot of steam and smoke and stuff in that area, so it's hard to tell exactly what's going on, but we'll take the view. This is better than no view. Looking at it from slightly further back, this is actually good because it also allows you to see that there's a secondary plume in the background, and of course we are seeing all that smoke and gas and stuff coming off of the primary caldera as well as back here. Let's leave that one be. Long distance shot, and really not much more to see there. It's kind of just further back is all, so let's leave that, and let's go take a look at, well, I don't know if we're going to be able to see that as a Pavlov. If we refresh it, nope, no go. This one is the Great Sitkins, and it's right in there. You can almost see it. That wider area. Anyway, let's see if we refresh, if it looks any different. Nope, not at all. A matter of fact, it's worse. We can't see the volcano at all. Okay, let's leave that one be, and we'll go over to the Kamchatka Peninsula for a slightly different scenario. And this one, of course, Klyushevskoy volcano, Kamchatka Peninsula, and some very impressive, stunning lenticular clouds near and around the volcano yesterday. The images from Kvert. So that is pretty awesome. I like seeing those lenticular clouds. That is a very, very unique formation. And I'm kind of wondering how we get one over here and the other one sitting here. I don't see a cone going up in here, so how did it form? Maybe there's a vent or something blowing up some air. But that is really awesome looking, if you ask me. And that is cool. So, lenticular clouds. Thanks, Sue, for sending that one. And I really do like that. That is pretty awesome. And let's see what else we got. Anything? Maybe? No? No, it says not. What if we go back there? Okay, so nothing other than the clouds. Anyway, the volcano remains active. The latest satellite image of the volcano today confirms elevated sulfur temperatures in the summit crater, suggesting a rise of fresh flux of magma inside the volcano's conduit. So that is pretty cool. A minor Strombolian type explosion occurred from the volcano recently, generating a glowing scoria that was being thrown at an approximate height of several dozen meters. In addition, two magnificent lenticular clouds were observed via Kvert surveillance camera surrounding the upper edifice area and in the vicinity of the volcano. Lenticular clouds form when a moist, stable airflow over a large swirls are usually formed by mountains as a series of large scale standing waveforms on the leeward side of the mountain. If the temperature at the crest of the wave drops below the dew point, moisture in the air may condense to form these clouds. So that is what we got. And looking at it one more time there. Yes, you missed it, Mars. There it is. It's on the screen. No, that's not the mystery volcano. That's a volcano wearing a cloud hat, the light, fluffy kind. Anyway, if my daughter was here, I could ask her what are clouds made of, and she'd tell me that it would be water vapor. Anyway, looks pretty cool. Well, rats. We don't have any well rats, but I'm sure we can find you something that might be interesting. Oh, I found a well rat. No, a duck. Anyway, let's leave that be. That's an awesome shot. And we'll move on to our next volcano set. And that will be over in Japan. So let's have a look there. And, we need to get onto that page. Japan, where'd you go? There you are. No ice cream boat. Oh my God, we got no ice cream boat. No ice cream. Everyone cry. And there it is. He's leaving. He's leaving us without ice cream. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I hope that other one comes in quick. And next one. Oh, hang on. There's a volcano back here. Oh, that's Sakurajima hiding behind the clouds. Looking at the other angles here, we've got mini wheats for 100% whole grain fiber. Not good. Let's see, we'll let those commercials go. This, of course, is the close-up cam, and that is definitely showing how pretty those clouds are. Semeru and Mayon reports. Semeru, didn't we just give it? No, hang on. Where'd my Semeru report go? I thought we did that. Did you send? Hang on. What did I have today? Klyashevsky, okay, there. Mayon and Semeru. I did have those loaded. Why are they not showing up? Okay, and we'll find them in a minute. I might have to reload them. I thought actually those two I loaded this morning. Why aren't they in here? Okay, let me go see if those commercials are over. Still not. They're still putting leaves on themselves. Yep, that cloud definitely not doing us justice. Let's see what it looked like earlier, and I don't think it was that pretty. And let's see when we go. I sent 4 reports plus the volcano report. Oh, okay. I'll have to look there, Sue, because I got 1, 2, 3. No, I got 3 and the volcano report. If there was a 4th one, I got the one from Semeru, Mayon, and Klyashevskoy, and I didn't get the that was the why is that not showing up? Things that make you go I got Ubanas, yes, and I'm just looking at I must have missed that somehow. Okay, well, I'll load those up right away. We'll do Japan first. We're going to get everything done. Anyway, that's what it was looking like for a majority of the day, getting right back into the early morning hours. Not very visible at all, so we will leave that be. I'm going to make that one smaller, and that one as well. That, of course, is the close-up of the crater, and we're not able to see it. Next shot is from, they don't have very good weather there either. That's supposed to be ASO. And, yep, ASO is in the soup. So they've got bad weather conditions there as well. That's all right. We'll leave that be, make that one smaller. We'll go to the next one, and let's see if we have any luck with Asama-san. Asama, no, it looks like Japan has got that bad weather going through there. Cloudy everywhere we look, so no visibility. Yeah, we got Ubanas. We'll have to. We did the Klyashevskoy, and let's see if I can find the other ones here. I thought I loaded those up this morning, and why is that not on there? That should have been there. The one for Semeru, East Java. Let's see what that one looks like. And yeah, that's what I wanted to mention as well. I did see that they had a pyroclastic flow, and we definitely want to show that. All right, so let me get that on the screen. So Semeru, a volcano in East Java, Indonesia, massive hot avalanche today. And if we go click on that shot, you can see that lava is all the way down on the bottom, and that ravine that it normally travels in. I thought when I seen this that it was a complete pyroclastic flow, but it stopped short over here somewhere. So it didn't flow. So block and ash flows from a Semeru volcano this evening, and basically showing you what we see there. Definitely see some hot lava made all the way down from the top of the hill down to the bottom. So, yep, Mayon, is actually a nice looking volcano too. We'll see. People from a group are watching the lava lake at Marum crater, wherever that is. Stefan Williams is the photographer, and this one is something else, Wandering in the Woods. And we will leave that be. Let's see what we've got here. Strong pyroclastic flows occurred from the volcano's lava dome this evening at 1910. The activity growing lava dome, actively growing lava dome area in the inner summit crater caused triggering block and ash flows. Pyroclastic currents raced over the typical southeastern ravine to reach a considerable sliding distance, reported up to 5 kilometers from the summit. And that is pretty awesome. So that's quite a long plume. Collapsing parts of the flow lifted black dense ash plumes, so-called phoenix clouds, as it descended the gully. Okay, so all good. A local volcano discovery reporter reported a seismic signal with an amplitude of 23 millimeters during the 633 seconds. So lots of flow coming down there. Again, that is that picture. That looks pretty awesome. You can see that lava in there having traveled down that ravine. And of course that ravine goes all the way along here. If it gets all the way through, then it would end up at that bridge, or what they use as a crossing, I should say. It's not really a bridge. So I'll leave that one be. And let's see, while I'm on this one, what other one did we have here? We had the Mayon report. Yeah, why did that not show up? Oh, there we go. Okay, so let me get rid of a couple of things here. And Mayon volcano, let's look at that. Safe brownies, it says in that picture. And that is a pretty awesome shot, and quite well lit up. I wish we could have seen it at a slightly different angle, but that looks pretty awesome. And I love seeing the stars in the background with the volcanic activity. So looking pretty cool. Growing edifice area of Mayon volcano is what they're calling that. And let's see, no significant change in the activity occurred since the last update. 2 main lava flow arms on the southwestern Maisai and southeastern Bunga ravine remain active. Currently 1.3 and 1.2 kilometers long. Over the past 24 hours, 8 significant dome block avalanches and 263 rockfall events have been observed. They must really be watching that thing, seeing that count go that high. Reaching a considerable distance of about 3.3 kilometers from the crater by detaching from the summit lava dome. Viscous lava is erupting in the summit dome and piling up there. The glowing lava dome is more and more unstable as hot lava material is being accumulated in it, which makes the dome prone to collapse into hot rock falls. So pretty cool. Says SO2 925 tons yesterday, so that is picking up a little bit. Steam-laden plumes 100 meters above the summit. That's about 300 feet. And that is pretty good. What's it say? The short-term electronic tilt monitoring continues to detect the upper southeastern slopes inflated since February this year. Okay, so, well, we don't need that information. It looks pretty awesome, though, and we like that. Thank you, Sue, for providing that one as well. And I think I've got them all, or maybe not. It is time for a break, though. I need to have a break, you guys. Let's put you back on some canned lava for the time being. And for those who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, consider hitting it. That would really be awesome. And okay, so we did those 4 reports. We got Ubanas, we got Semaru, we got Mayon, and we got the Klyashevskoy's clouds, and those are awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go take a break, and don't go away. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and we will be back in about 5 or 6 or 7 minutes. Don't go away. Keep smiling. Here's some music. And that microphone is back on, and I'm wondering if, yeah, cinnamon and dulce flavor from Starbucks. I bought a packet from Boston last week. We don't get that flavor here in Canada. Oh, cool. Okay. And of course, Metal Omi 54 wants a little bit more get up and going there. Thank you for the welcome back from Alba Girl. And I hear you, DrFox2000 from Sharon Stewart. And of course, I'm still waiting for that recording, Sharon. It'll put my voice to shame. Thank you, Sue, for the welcome back as well. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get at our wonderful volcano report. We did have 5 volcanoes, late Sunday's volcanic activity. And we'll start out with Reventador in Ecuador, possibly continuing, or what? Possibly continuing volcanic ash emissions reported at 1630. Possibly continuing. I hope it is. Anyway, let's see. Sabancaya in Peru. Continuous ash emissions to 24,000 feet or 7,300 meters reported at 1,700. Ubanas in Peru, sporadic emissions to 23,000 feet or 7,000 meters at 1930 last night. And Nevada del Ruiz in Colombia, ash advisory to 21,000 feet or 6,400 meters, reported at 21:15. Mayon and Luzon Island, Philippines, and of course that is eruption to 9,000 feet or at 2,700 meters, reported at 22:45. Now we have 9 volcanoes on the list for today. And yeah, it is a little bit of a repeat of some from last night, but why not? So 9 volcanoes, starting out with Reventador in Ecuador, new volcanic ash to 15,000 feet, 4,600 meters at 1 a.m. Fuego in Guatemala, a new volcanic ash emissions to 15,000 feet or 4,600 meters, reported at 2 a.m. And then possible volcanic ash emissions to 15,000 feet, 4,600 meters, reported at 13:30. And we already seen the report on Ubanas from 2:28 a.m. Possible light emissions to 23,000 feet or 7,000 meters, reported at 7:30 this morning. And then weak emissions to 20,000 feet or 6,100 meters, reported at 13:30. And Sabancaya in Peru, they doubled up on the reports. We had continuous ash to ash emissions to 24,000 feet. Sorry, I had something on my glasses. I was trying to get it off of there. 7,300 meters reported at 5 a.m. And then again to 25,000 feet. 7,600 meters reported at 5 p.m. or 1,700 at their time. Mayon, Luzon Island, eruption to 10,000 feet or 3,000 meters, reported at 7:15 a.m. And eruption at cloud height, unknown height, reported at 1,500, and that looked pretty similar. And we did see the email from 1625 there. So all good. Popocatépetl in central Mexico, volcanic ash emissions observed to 21,000 feet, 6,400 meters, reported at 12:30. And then we've got Semeru, East Java, and that is a volcanic ash to 16,000 feet, or 4,900 meters, reported at 12:45. We also seen that a wonderful report from 1613. So that is good there. And Suwanoshijima in Japan erupted to 6,000 feet or 1,800 meters, reported at 1,600. And we did see those wonderful lenticular clouds at Klyashevskoye and the Kamchatka Peninsula, Russia, and that came in from 1653. So there you go. That is our wonderful volcano report for today. Thank you, Sue, for sending that in and sending those other ones in. Awesome photos on some of them. I do really like those lenticular clouds, as well as some of the wonderful shot there, you know, where you see Mayon. That's pretty cool. Nice to see that stuff. So very, very neat. Okay, so where are we off to next? We did the volcano report. We had a look at everything else. Let's take a look at earthquakes and see what's shaking. Need to get out the right map. There we go. And we'll start out where we always start out, and that's up on the northern portions here. Kamchatka Peninsula on the left side, and nothing new there. We do see in the Aleutian Islands, we've got a 4.6 Andrianov Island, the Aleutian Islands, of course. 1:35 a.m., 56 kilometers down for that 4.6. I don't see anything else sizable. The rest are fairly small. This guy, 3.4, 38 kilometers northwest of Hughes, Alaska, from 2:01 a.m. It doesn't say depth. It makes you wonder what's going on there. And sliding down the North American coastline, not seeing a heck of a lot of activity in here. It looks like these are just blasts from a dynamite. The only red thing out here is a 2.9 in Spanish Springs, and that happened at 1905, 2.8 kilometers down. Let's leave him alone. Sliding further down, let's zoom out a bit, look for other earthquakes, and there's one down here in Bolivia, 4.7 from 10:04 a.m. our time. 249.9 kilometers down for him. Nothing out here in the South Sandwich Islands. Moving over to New Zealand, we don't see anything on this map for new stuff in New Zealand. That's okay. Kermadec Ridge, Kermadec Island region, 4.7, and that happened yesterday at 21:12, 35 kilometers down for him. And this swarm continues over here. We got a 4.9 from 1744, 10 kilometers down. The other one is a 4.9 from 2136 yesterday, so 10 kilometers down. And a 5.2 also in the Tonga region at 6:36 this morning, 35 kilometers down for that guy. So not bad. And this one over here, that is also in Tonga, a 4.8, and that came in at 11:54, 157.6 kilometers down. Moving over a little bit, looking for other stuff, and we see some in the Indonesian territory here. Banda Sea, we've got a 4.1 from 1933 yesterday. 433.2 kilometers down. The next one over, what is it? 122 kilometers southwest of Ternate. I'm not sure how they pronounce it. I'm sure I butchered it. And that happened at 2:39 a.m., 65.6 kilometers down for him. Looking over here at Sumatra, we have a couple of quakes. Small one is a 4.4. That's not very far away from Sinabang. And this is from 1758 today, 183.4 kilometers down. There we go. Dyslexia strikes again. And we also had a 5.2 there, happened at 4:12 this morning at 85.9 kilometers down. And kind of makes you wonder, and there's some more going up here. And we'll see where those are. This one is close to the other volcano up there. This one here, of course, is, what is it? Oh, they're showing Indian ports. All right, we're not going to worry about it. But 7:20 or 7:32 this morning, at 10 kilometers down for that 4.9. The other one up here, very close to a barren island volcano, is the one I was looking for. 6:52 a.m. 10 kilometers down for that one, and nothing else over there. Let's continue on and go upward. We don't see anything along Japan or the Kamchatka Peninsula. We're pretty safe there. Let's zoom out just for a second. Let's take a look in the other regions. Don't see too much else. Let's carry on with these ones. That's probably Tajikistan or Pakistan, or no, Afghanistan. My God, I got my stands wrong. That one is 4.2 from 46 minutes after midnight, and it's approved by Stan at 188.8 kilometers down. The other one is in Tajikistan, and that is a 4.1 from 1530, and that's 144.8 kilometers down. Also approved by Stan. And looking at the stuff down below, don't see anything new. We do have one here in Iraq, I believe. Yep, a 4.3. Turkey, Iraq, a border region, 41 minutes after midnight, 10 kilometers down for him. And not seeing anything there. Nope, nothing happening in that area. I see the two that we've seen up top there are getting aged, and that is okay. Nothing in the mid-Atlantic ridge for this particular shot. Let's zoom in on Hawaii real quick and see what's shaking there. So, of course, we're always interested in what's going on. This is the entirety of the Hawaiian Islands, of course. Oh, there, okay. The ones that are kind of populated anyway. Sliding over and zooming in on the big island of Hawaii. We do see some quakes in odd places. Over here on Mount, what is it, a McKay? Something like that. Anyway, a 2.0 from, what is it, a 1446 today. Take off 3 hours, so 11:46 Hawaiian time, 12.2 kilometers down. Over here, Mauna Kea. That's it. Thanks, Sue. Mauna Kea. And that's way down, though. Way down on the slopes. All the, whatchamacallits are up there. Telescopes are up here on Mauna Kea. Let's go over here, though, to Mauna Loa. And that is 2.3. That happened at 5:57 a.m. And that is 600 meters above sea level. So that means it's just barely into Mauna Loa. Next one is on the slopes, 1.9, and that is 4:03 a.m., 5.9 kilometers below sea level. Let's zoom into the Pahala region and we'll get the rest of these. This one here is, what is it? 2.2 from 1558. Pahala region, anything typically between 26 and 37 kilometers down, so I won't mention those. And this one is a 2.7 from 1702. This one is a 2.2 from 622. And a 2.0 from yesterday at 2352. And that is a normal depth, okay. A 1.9 from 929. And that is normal as well. And this one is a 2.1. Yesterday's from 2102. And we'll get over here. Let's grab the one out in the water first. A 1.8 from 1800 today, and that is from normal depth, 28.6 clicks down. This one is a 2.2 from yesterday, 2246. Then we've got two stacked together there, a 2.0, and that is from 1524. The other one is a 2.2 from 741. This one is 2.1 from 10 a.m. And then we've got this guy, another 2.1 from 9:02 this morning. And a couple more up here. Let's grab that 2.4, 3:48 a.m. And this guy is a 2.9, a little bit bigger. 16:47 is the time on that one. And the other one is a 2.3 from 4:16 a.m. And that is your earthquakes for our wonderful, pardon me, Hawaii. And not much more going on there, so let's zoom that back out. I'm looking at the clock. It is almost time to have a break, and very close. What we will look at after the break, of course, is our wonderful SO2. And let's see if I can find some music. I'll put that on, and we'll let you listen to that. Not that. Come on, a duck. Where is the duck? Oh my God, I can't get him out of the computer. We'll take a look at that, and we'll see what we can do. Anyway, I'm going to put you back on the canned lava for right now, if we can get over there. And yeah, I'm definitely going to see if I can find another can for tomorrow's stream. That was actually supposed to happen last night, and I got sidetracked, and then I fell asleep in my chair. But that's okay. It happens. We're loud. Anyway, so I think we're good for right now. And yeah, keep smiling. Play nice in the lava. For those good people who are here, if you haven't hit that like button yet, give it a bop. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. That'd be really awesome of you. Let the channel grow a little bit. And on that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000. I will be back in 5, 6, or 7 minutes. Going to take a little bit of a break, maybe even just a tad longer. We'll see. I need to rest my throat here for a bit. Don't go away. More to come. Our SO2 is coming up next, and then our weather, whether we like it or not. And here's that music. There we go. That microphone is back on. Welcome or welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching a VolcanoX live stream. Thank you for the welcome backs there, Sue Hayes, and I hear you, DrFox2000. I keep my emojis set to duck. Okay, thanks, Sue. But what are you gonna do if we hear this weird sound? That's Wonky Donkey snoring. Oh boy, I know that's troublesome. A Wonky Donkey snores funny. We can hear him all the way over here. That is pretty wild. Adapt a pig. Oh no, adapt a duck. Oh boy, thanks, a ducky. Yeah. Quackers, calm down. Okay. All right. Pepper is a worse dog. Oh really? Oh wow. Tom, I pity you. Oh. Anyway, let's get over to our SO2 reports and we'll see what we got cooking there. Gonna pause our canned lava and we'll sneak over and click the magic buttons. Okay, I did just refresh this, so we should be current. Let me just double check, make sure. Sometimes it does weird things. All right, so yeah, we are pretty much current there. Starting out the Kamchatka Peninsula, we do see a Shivelish up top here throwing some SO2 out, and looks like what's Karimsky on the bottom is being a little bit more active, unless they've got something else happening. This is a different volcano, and this is Petropavlovsk, something like that. It's not erupting, so that is okay. But they got a camera on it, so that's all cool. And let's see, there's more cameras. There were more cameras here before. I think some of them got deleted. This one is of which volcano? Bagashevska. Bagashevska is smoking too. Okay, that is interesting. What's this one of? This one is of Tolbachnik, Tolbachnik, a volcano, and it too is smoking a little bit. This one is, which one is this one? This is Klyashevskoy, that's smoking quite a bit, and we actually have several cameras on it, so that's actually not bad. I like that shot, so pretty cool. And the other one that they've got here is, which one? What is it? I'm not sure I can read that. There's two separate names there, so Selbakoi, if that is said correctly. Anyway, and that is what we got going on. So that is coming from there. Then down on the bottom here on Palamashir, what is it? Palamashir Island. There we go. Ibiko is down there doing its thing. We do see a little bit coming from Alaska. Some of those places are off-gassing from vents of sorts. The other ones over here is a pulp and paper mill. Looking at what we're seeing in Alberta and BC, and those are forest fires again. Once again, and this of course is human pollution. That might be a fire down there, but the other stuff definitely human stuff. And it looks like this may be a fire remnant as well. I'm not sure about these ones down here. Northern Ontario looks like we've got fires back in there, as well as this area. And then over here in Quebec, we're seeing quite a bit of SO2. That area is just being devastated, and I'm glad it's blowing up north away from people rather than getting caught in this circulation that's going around down here around the Great Lakes. So that's giving it a little bit extra gas. Unfortunately, that's circulation there is married to this circulation here. Hopefully that will dump it out and far enough away that it doesn't come down and hit Newfoundland or Nova Scotia. Anyway, that is the forest fires up there. Let's take a look at the U.S. and see what it's like there. Looks like the western, well, we'll call it from California on up north there. A little bit heavier in Wyoming, but the rest is pretty clear. And looking around the Great Lakes region, must be raining somewhere there because it looks like a lot of clean air for those guys. And the northeastern states look fairly decent as well. But looking in the south, we do have elevated levels of SO2 throughout the southern portion of the United States, with the exception of Florida's bottom end there. So, and of course, that is all compliments of Popocatépetl as it streams out, gets whirled around, and thrown back at the United States. We are starting to see some cleaner air, though, in Mexico, which is probably good for those people. And of course, over here on the Yucatan Peninsula, it is quite clear. We do see our Guatemala friends as well as Nicaragua and Costa Rican stuff happening there as per normal. And what is it? I'll try to remember. It's not coming to my mind. It's not Reventador. It's Nevado del Ruz. What's Nevado del Ruz called? Never mind. Anyway, that's going out there. I told you I'd remember eventually. Sliding down, we see Sabancaya is definitely putting out a fair amount of SO2, and the other Chilean volcanoes are also emitting SO2. These big plumes here, we're surmising that they're forest fires in the Amazon down here, and that's drifted northward or northwest, and somewhere in this area of the jungle as well. Drier conditions for those guys, so that may be what's causing that. Sliding down, looking at the bottom end here, a little bit going into Argentina, but nothing too crazy. Good night, Tom. You take care. All the best. Moving over, we are not seeing any more plumes out there in from our wonderful, what is it, Easter Island, where all the Easter eggs come from. And also, I'm not seeing any more plumes coming out here off of the Kermadec Ridge. White Isle volcano still doing its thing. A little bit of SO2 from the refineries by Melbourne, and some more coking going on there northeast of or northwest of Sydney. Sliding over a little bit more, we see Tofua, and it looks like the Azores picked up the pace from yesterday. This will be from Aoba and Gawa, and moving up pretty normal for what we see in Papua New Guinea. A little bit less coming out of Luotolak, and that is interesting. And we see this pluming down here into Australia, and that's of course from Semeru and Merapi. And yeah, this is hard to tell, but it looks like it's between Jakarta and of course there is our wonderful Krakatau. So between those, that's kind of what we're seeing. I'm not sure what's going on. And what is it? Currency is in this area, as well as what is it? Marapi. That's the one I was thinking of. And Cinnabung making this plume here. So mind you, there's also a lot of people pollution in there. So don't just blame the volcano. Volcanoes are innocent, sort of. And then we've got Ibu and Dakono continuing their wonderful work down here, and looking over here at what we see in the Philippines. We do have Mayon and Bulusan making that area, and then of course our wonderful Taal volcano, which we've seen earlier here, pluming and off-gassing, and it's creating a portion of this cloud. The rest is people pollution. Sliding up a little bit more, we see Taiwan there, pretty normal, fairly heavy SO2 on the western side. China still pretty normal as well. Zooming in here, we do see Suwanosi-jima has a little bit heavier of an area today, and not as bad from Sakura-jima, but still a fair amount of SO2 moving out. ASO as well has not put out as much, and I'm wondering if that's because it's getting washed out of the air with all that heavy rain they're getting. Going up to Tokyo, we do see Tokyo has a fair amount, and this area out here would be filled up from Asama volcano, of course, doing its thing, keeping everybody happy, right? Moving on a little bit more, we don't see anything further south. We do see the India stuff pretty normal places. I wanted to look down at Antarctica. Don't see anything down there. Sometimes that happens. Let's go take a look at South Africa, still smelting the gold, and looking pretty clear for the rest of it. And Democratic Republic of the Congo, we have those two, Goma 1 and 2 doing their thing. Still can't tell if Eruption is putting anything out. And hey, Silversmith, welcome. Glad to have you on board. Let's see, who else snuck in here that I missed? Anyway, Eruption not visible due to the wind flow that is coming off of Saudi Arabia. We do see elevated levels of SO2 in these places, as well as Kuwait and Iraq, as well as Iran. Those are all oil refineries, so that's what's showing there. And this is some residual stuff here. I'm not sure what that's actually from, if that came from Etna or if that drifted up northward here. Looking at that circulation, it may have been caught in there somehow. Anyway, our wonderful Stromboli would be over here. It's definitely doing its thing. Ooh, and they're showing fire at Stromboli. Let's see if we hit that play button. What does it do? Oh, it doesn't do much. Yep, shows us our Strombolian activity. So, yeah, only a couple of shots in there that were worthy. But we know Stromboli does its thing. Anyway, that is Mount Etna here, Stromboli there, and of course Volcano in the middle. And that is it for SO2 there. Looks like Spain not bad, France not bad, a little bit in Germany and Holland and Belgium not a high level, so half of Poland is clear. Denmark looking really good, so is Sweden and Norway, a little bit in the bottom of Finland there, and not too much in Iceland. So that is what we're seeing so far. Not bad. SO2 levels are relatively low, and we like that. And that is all around the world. Let's go take a look at what we've got for weather, whether we like it or not. We'll start in on it. And we'll take a look at Alaska first off. We see up to about 21, 22 degrees up in the northern areas. Still some cold trying to push back down from the Arctic Ocean. Looks like they've got a low circulating there and here, likely to bring more fun weather for everyone. Still incredibly hot here in the Mackenzie River Valley, and we are seeing temperatures of up to 26 degrees up in the northern portions here. So that is pretty crazy. And yeah, even up in Nunavut, there's some warm stuff up to 26 as well up there. And some of these islands, this is incredible. 20 degrees Celsius. Everything must be melting and flooding like crazy up there from all that heat. Looking at British Columbia, they have had a wonderfully hot day. Vancouver coming in at 21, 22. Bob over in the rock sitting there in his shorts at about 24, 25 degrees likely. And looking at Soyuz, BC, where we always get those very high temperatures, seeing 33 degrees there in Soyuz. Penticton coming in at 28, Kelowna sitting at 31. So quite warm for those guys. Moving over, and we see, Lethbridge at 25, Calgary sitting at 23, Edmonton at 24. I think we had some warmer stuff coming yet, 24, 25. It's going to be a beautiful evening. Pardon me. And let's see if we can see a swift current coming in at 23, 24 for Kananaskis country. Hopefully he's enjoying his day. And let's see, moving over a little bit more to Winnipeg, we see 22 degrees there. Judy M is probably roasting at about 23, 24, and that is all good. Sliding out a little bit so we can see what's happening up here. Looks like most of the Manitoba coast, very warm. We get into Ontario's northern coast though, and Quebec looks fairly cool. That high sitting there, trying to push some cold air downward. We'll see what happens in the future, but you know, the northern places there, or the northwest places, still 23 degrees. That's kind of a nice. We see about 19 in Toronto, London about 18 and 19-ish. Detroit sitting at about 19. Chicago for Tom about 20 degrees, and then we got Milwaukee there about 19, 18, and depending on where you're pointing. Let's move up a little bit more. Montreal coming in at 22. Quebec is at 16, a lot colder. And looking at New Brunswick, up to about 15 degrees from what I see. And maybe there's a 16 in there. Looks like 12 there in Halifax, and about 11 in Cole Harbour. Thank you, Sue. And looks like we are from about 5 degrees up to about 10 degrees there, or 11 degrees there in Newfoundland. And looks like Labrador has got a heat wave coming through as well. Most of that is in some really nice temps, 19, 20 degrees, that kind of thing. And that is still a now, though. That's pretty current, and that is pretty awesome. And let's leave that there for right now. I'm just going to hunt for really hot stuff. Let's see, what do we got in here? Looks like a 40 so far. 40 in Death Valley, cool. Or hot, one of the two. 33, 38, wow, 39. And Phoenix is sitting at 39. Holy mackerel, that is warm. Anyway, we see some coastal temperatures here pretty high as well. Some isolated spots getting up to, what is this one here? Looks like right in there, 39 degrees, 35, 37. A little further in, see again more 39s. So yeah, some of those areas are very, very hot. And I thought I'd just peek at those. It is break time, ladies and gentlemen, so I am going to go take a break. We'll come back after the break and do the weather for the U.S. Hey, I see Cindy is going the wrong way. Where's Cindy off to? You know, these girls are always running around doing things, and unpredictable. She was down here. She's moving north. Maybe she's... Sue, you better watch out. Get ready for Cindy. All right, I'm going to put this back on our wonderful lava, you guys. And there it is. For those good people who have not yet hit that like button, and give it a quick bop. Also, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. Oh, what do you want, quackers? Okay, quackers is just being annoying. All right, let's leave that there. Throw some music on for you good folks, and I will be back in 5, 6, or 7 minutes. And then we'll carry on with our wonderful weather. Cindy was supposed to come to Halifax at the end of this week. Oh, you invited Cindy, did you? Let's see what happens. We'll keep an eye on Cindy. I'll be back. Don't go away. Thanks. And there we go, the microphone's back on. I managed to get my Pepsi down just in time. Awesome, welcome back everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching a VolcanoX live stream. Thank you for the welcome back, Mars 2028, I appreciate that. I got a P-Ops to match info and be what? Oh boy, he's matching info. Okay, thank you, Sue, for the welcome back, and let's get back over to our weather and see what we got going on. Anyway, there is our wonderful weather map for the United States, and we'll zoom in just a little bit on the western side first. We do see that, that hot air. This is kind of a desert area here too, even though it's not considered a desert by some when you drive through it, but it is considered a desert by the desert standards as far as they're concerned. 22, 23 in Portland, San Jose only about 15 right now. San Francisco coming in at about 14. Looks like Redding is cooking, and that's why they call it Redding. You turn Redding up there when you're out in the sun. 30 or so degrees there in Bakersfield. Los Angeles coming in at about 19, 18, 19, 20, and we did have our wonderful high temp there that we seen was 39 or 40 degrees we seen there, but 39 is, I think, what the weather guessers are saying. We do see those 40s popping up through there, so very warm, and make sure you stay hydrated if you're going into the Death Valley. Do it in the evening. 32 degrees in Las Vegas. Do that in the evening too. And 34 in Mexicali. There's another one you want to do in the evening. And we are seeing temperatures up to 39 degrees in that area. And of course in Arizona here it's just a cooker. We have 39 degrees there for Phoenix. And I bet you somebody's got some air conditioning on there. Tucson coming in about 38, 39 as well. Quite warm. Albuquerque sitting at 31. That's almost cool compared to the other spots. We are seeing some hot patches in between here in Texas as well. Corpus Christi about 29 right now. 33 in San Antonio. Houston coming in at about 30. Austin sitting at 33. And looks like Dallas at about 32 degrees. Zooming out, going up to Oklahoma City at 28 there. Just a quick peek at Denver, 20. Oh, Denver almost 30. Colorado Springs at 23, and in the mountains there, down to 9 degrees in some spots. But that is higher elevations, of course. Little Rock, Arkansas, 28 degrees, and we've got New Orleans coming in at about 28 as well. Miami sitting at 28, 29, something like that, 28. Colorado 28, must be a sale on 28s. Jacksonville didn't have to go with the 27. Everybody got 28s. Atlanta had 26. Charlotte, North Carolina, 24, 25. And Grandma B's house, only about 22, 21, 22, which is a little bit more comfortable, not too hot. So Grandma B, you are lucky today. And seeing about 26 there in Virginia Beach. Baltimore is sitting at 24, Philadelphia 21, and we're seeing about 20 or 21 in New York, and actually warmer in Boston today. That's odd. 23 degrees there. Shingles and siding flying across the yard. Yikes! Who's shingles and siding there? I hope you are okay. You don't want to have storms with shingles flying. They could hurt people, and you might hurt a shingle too. Acapulco coming in at about 30 degrees, 29, 30. Mexico City sitting at anywhere from about 17 to about 20, depending on where you are. Not quite as hot in these lower regions. Guadalajara coming in at 28 right now. Looks like the Yucatan Peninsula, the jungle area, cooled off a little bit too, probably good for them. Looks like a 26 there in Cancun right now. Belize City coming in at about 27. That's not bad weather. And sliding through the Central American areas, everything looks not bad as far as relative temperatures. Not quite as hot there in Colombia right now. A little warmer in the lower lands of Venezuela, but not seeing that heavy a temperature as yesterday. Well, mind you, we looked at it earlier yesterday in the day. So looking at it, 4 hours later or so, you start to see some of that stuff cooling off. And that happens throughout the area. Of course, in the jungle, the temperatures don't get too low, but you see anywhere 26 down to about 24 degrees is what I see there in Colombia. And then, of course, looking at Peru, we see up to about 26 degrees in the high points of the jungle stuff. And yeah, most of it the southern area here, a little bit warmer, but you get into the mountainous areas, it's going to get cold real quick. Lima coming in at 18, and looking at the Amazon River Valley, anywhere from about 28 degrees down to about 26 degrees is what we're seeing. Lots of warmer water, that is good. And looking at some places here, some cold patches in Brazil. So Rio de Janeiro is still sitting at 19, 20, and then we see about 15 there in Sao Paulo, but not that warm. Southern portions here, again, down to about 11 degrees, 10 degrees in some places. Don't know why it's always so cold there. There's a high sitting there, though. Buenos Aires sitting at about 13, Paysandú a little bit warmer at 17. We see that warmer section in here of, what's this country? Argentina. What's Argentina called today? And down on the bottom end here, probably some more snow for these guys. Anyway, -4, -5, about the lowest we see. Uh-oh, I'm lagging again. It must be all of the lightning we're getting. Uh-oh, you don't want lightning. Unless you can bottle it, it's not any good to you. Looking at what we see here, we do see Christchurch in New Zealand sitting at 11 degrees. And we got single digits for many places there. The coast is a little bit warmer, but not that much. So that is right down there. 13 in Wellington. It is winter time for them, though. Hastings coming in 14, and our wonderful Taupo sitting at about 11 degrees. And we go up here, looking at the Bay of Plenty, 13 to 14 degrees Celsius right now in that area. 13 in Auckland, and we see up on the tip of the peninsula 14, but it's a mix between 13 and 14 for those guys. Tasmania getting its wintertime weather too, 12 degrees in Hobart. Coastal areas about the same, and the interior with temperatures ranging from 4 to about 9 or 10. So that is what we've got there for them. And Melbourne coming in at a wonderful 12 degrees. Still cold in these other places. 8 in Canberra. We do see it down to about 0 degrees right there. And hopefully they're not getting more snow. Adelaide coming in at 11, and going over to the other side here, 16 for Sydney. And our wonderful Oz is enjoying 22 degrees Celsius there in Brisbane. We do see some warmer temperatures up north. I see up to 34 degrees up there. That is pretty awesome. And yeah, the northern tips 30, 31. And then on the other side here, we're seeing up in the 30 range. So not bad for that chunk. And a little bit warmer for them for right now. Yeah, 21 degrees Oz. That's not a bad temperature. You can live with that. And looking at the Fiji area, they're about 25, 26 degrees. Vanuatu, about the same, from 23 to about 26. New Caledonia, 22 to about 23. Papua New Guinea gets a whole bunch hotter. We've got up to 31 degrees on the northern side. And 33 degrees down here. There's some hot spots in here that we want to kind of take a peek at. This is out in the water. That's not what we want. 30, 31. I guess they must have changed things as we zoomed in, because it said 34. I seen it. I tell you. Okay. Anyway, looks like about 31 being the highest there in Papua New Guinea. And not bad in eastern Indonesia, and of course being, like I said, 4 hours later than our stream from yesterday, we are seeing some temperatures almost up to 30 degrees there on Java and Bali, and then of course on Sumatra as well. Singapore area coming in at about 27, and Bangkok coming in at about 30 degrees, 31 from what Sue brought up. But yeah, 29, 30 degrees, very close. And looking at Manila sitting at about 31 degrees, slightly warmer than Bangkok. And looks like up to 30 degrees in the bottom end of Taiwan. Kagoshima coming in at 29 degrees. Wow, there's some 31, 32 degree temperatures down in the southern portions of Japan. That is pretty nice for them. Tokyo sitting at 24, 25 degrees. And if we go up north a little bit more, Sapporo sitting at 25 degrees. Wonderful temperatures for what they've got there in our good Japan. And looking at what we see here, up to 28 degrees Celsius on the Kamchatka Peninsula. That is incredible. 28 degrees. Ooh, my God, 31 degrees. 33 degrees. That snow must be just melting like crazy. That is a hot pocket right there, 33 degrees. And we are seeing some of those higher temperatures, though. 27, looking at those, I can assure you that their rivers are flowing like crazy, and you best beware if you're going there. Looks like the interior here is got a patch. I don't know if I want to call it Siberia. That's a little actually, well, that is part of Siberia. Yeah, Siberia up to 33 degrees Celsius. How about that? Let's carry on to India. Delhi coming in at about 28. Sri Lanka's pretty normal, 25 to about 28. Still a little bit cold there in Madagascar. They got a high sitting on top of them, and that keeps the temperatures down. Everybody must be freezing there. We see up to about 21 degrees. And South Africa, well, you can see from here on south, very cold, and they need to get some heat going. Central regions, a little bit more of a jungle domain for them, so they're anywhere 21, 22, 23 degrees, that kind of thing, depending on where you are. And looking at the Sahara Desert, just a quick scan, so far 33 degrees. There's a 35 in there, so that is what we're seeing. What about over here? 37. Are they going to beat the hot spots today? I don't think so. 34, no. They are not going to do it. They get up to 37, but we've got 41 sitting there in our wonderful Death Valley. Yeah. Anyway, over here in the UAE, sitting at 31, 32 degrees. Bottom end of Saudi Arabia here, where it meets Oman, sitting at around 35, 36, 37 degrees, and that is pretty warm. And 31 there at Riyadh. Baghdad coming in about 29. Cairo sitting at about 23, a little cooler. And looking at Malatya in Turkey is 23 degrees. Adana sitting at about 23 as well. We're seeing some cold in the back there, but typically it's warming up, and that is a lot nicer. And of course, Piggy's place, she's got about 24, 25 degrees there on the island of Kos, and it's even hotter over here on the island of Rhodes, up to 27 degrees. These are nighttime temperatures, folks, so that is something to bear in mind. 21 in Athens, Greece. Sliding over, we see Malta about 23, 24 degrees, and that's not bad. Looks a little cooler over here in Sicily. Rodanzo coming in at about 14. Catania is about 23 degrees. And moving up and looking for Naples, we got 23 degrees there. Rome coming in at about 22, and Milano sitting at about 25 right now. They've got nice weather. And let's see, Madrid 25. And again, this is nighttime temperatures, guys. Lisbon coming in at about 19, 20 degrees. And Aurelio's house about 16 there. And let's see, along the coast here, we are seeing very nice temperatures up to 25 degrees. And Nantes is the home of our wonderful Tanto, and that is 15 degrees right now. That's still not bad. 15 in Paris. And Munich coming in at 17. Frankfurt coming in at 15. Cologne 16. Yvonne Coco's house about 14. And let's see, in Brussels 14. We do see some colder stuff down to about 11 there. Luxembourg 13 degrees, 12 degrees. Amsterdam coming in at 15. We are seeing up to 18 along the coastline, and about 13 or 12 in the coldest portions of the interior. Berlin is coming in at about 14 degrees. Hamburg sitting at 14. And looking at Copenhagen, we do see about 15 degrees. Aarhus is 14, 13, 14. 16 in Oslo. Stockholm is 16 as well. Getting over to St. Petersburg, 15 degrees. And Moscow coming in at about 15. Thank you for that 5-minute warning, Sue. I did see it. And then we see 14 in London. Looks like the coast of Wales slightly warmer, and the interior sitting at about 12, 13 degrees. Moving on up, Leeds getting up to 14, and Glasgow sitting at 13. Aberdeen in Scotland there is 11. Again, western coastal areas look a little bit on the warmer side, 13, 14 degrees, and then the highlands and stuff sitting somewhere around 8 or 9 degrees. Looking at our wonderful Dublin sitting at 15. On the other side, looking at where our good Irish monk is, he's got about 16 degrees, right in about there. So that is not bad. And moving up a little bit, looking at this other place called Iceland. Yeah, everything is ice. We've got about 11 degrees there in the capital city of Reykjavik in Iceland, the land of fire and ice. The funny part is we see 12 degrees up here. That's kind of weird. And you know, that's just the way that circulation stuff happens around the island. And what I was told before, sometimes what happens, if they get the right, in the wintertime, they get the right low that sits somewhere down in here, that'll pull in warm air from down below and actually melt the stuff over on the eastern side of the island. And in turn, what happens is people say it's actually a better place to live than the western side. But hey, who am I? I don't live there. Anyway, let's zoom back out. So the big thing on here, of course, is Cindy, and she's likely going to follow these paths. And you know, it might just do that, hit Halifax. I wonder how much further to the east, or sorry, to the west it's going to get pushed. Because if it goes up, it may end up somewhere around here on the bottom. So that's a little bit lower than Halifax, but you never know. They are predicting what they've got. The volcano island, Iceland. Yep, it is. Iceland is pretty much all volcanic material, and that is the way it is. Anyway, let's look at the time. It is about break time. I'm going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll do a precipitation, and we'll see what we've got here. So, some neat stuff. Let's have a look after the break, and we'll go from there. So, for those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, give it a quick bop. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing. That'd be awesome too. And if you're not a member, you might consider becoming a member. But that's up to you. On those friendly notes, it's Pepsi time. I'm going to take a break because the magpies told me to. Anyway, on that friendly note, keep smiling. I'll be back in 5 or 6 or 7 minutes. Don't go away. Thanks. And there we go. The microphone is back on. And dyslexia must be. Oh yes, C&D boy. And don't get your merds wixed. And don't misspell. Or spell miss. Either or. Anyway, thank you for the welcome backs from Sue and Mars. I appreciate that. And Grandma B has 12 bubbles. Oh no, Grandma B doesn't have 12 bubbles, and C&D boy does. More like a finger mubbles, or what is it? Fuddles? Minger fuddles? I have no idea how that goes. Dyslexia. Oh, I gotta love it. Grandma B, how's that? Did it find it yet? The mystery critter. Oh, anyway, welcome, Bob. Glad to have you on board. He is confused. Oh my God! Why is he so confused? It shouldn't be confused. He's right there. It's a duck. Anyway, we'll leave that be for a bit. Okay, let's get back to the weather and get her done. And that is the way it needs to be. Sammy isn't so bright at the times. It's okay. We just like bugging them. Anyway, looking at Alaska, they've got some ice rain up in the north and some rain down in the south, some snow at the higher elevations, and of course the panhandle here getting drenched again. The rainforest looks like up in the Yukon, a little bit of that rain, as well as up in the Northwest Territories, just happening to get into Nunavut with the thunderstorm area there. And looking a little further over, we see there's that low sitting on the Baffin Island region. And of course, we're getting some snow and rain mix over there. Davis Strait area here, some ice rain as well. And way up north, more snow. Santa Claus ordered it. Anyway, let's go take a look and see what we got here in southern British Columbia. A bunch of small little isolated storms working through. Looks like we've got a little bit of cloud and stuff going there towards Edmonton. Not sure if we're going to see that come down on top of us. There's this larger storm, and that, of course, between Alberta and Saskatchewan, fairly far north. Hopefully that moves over a bit, gets some more of those forest fires. East of Saskatoon area, looks like they've got a few thunder boomers happening as well. Same with the eastern and southeastern corners of Saskatchewan. And looks like some activity going into Manitoba as well with the thunderstorms. Looking around the Great Lake region, wow, what a mess. There's that low. It's sitting there north of Toronto, kind of between Toronto and Sudbury, and they are getting all kinds of different weather depending on where you are, and that includes down here in Buffalo. It looks like they've got a little bit of a thunderstorm, and Detroit getting some water. So yeah, lots of places getting some thunderstorms. Same thing with along the St. Lawrence Seaway. It looks like just north of Montreal and Ottawa and that area, and also heading up here towards where those forest fires are. Hopefully this will help and continue to move upward and get that area wet, and hopefully that will help out. Looking at New Brunswick, looks like half of it is pretty wet. And Sue, is it raining at your place right now? I had to throw the meat out. I wouldn't eat it. I don't eat bad meat. Absolutely disgusting. I hope it didn't make you sick. Don't eat bad meat. No. All right. Anyway, that's what we're seeing out there. Let's look at the eastern seaboard here. It looks like from New York on up, they're getting some stuff. So New Hampshire and Maine is getting wet as well, and a few of those other states. New York definitely getting it, as well as Pennsylvania, and all the way around. I hope, Grandma B, I hope you're not getting too big of a thunderstorm right now. It does look like you've got some lightning right over top of you, and that is in Raleigh as well as South Carolina. We've been lucky so far tonight. The heavy weather is just 2 hours south. Okay, yeah, and I was going to say it. Well, looks like it's actually to your west right now, and I don't know which direction it's heading because it seems to be leaving from there. Hopefully it won't get you. Greensboro area getting it, and Charlotte, of course. So that is what's going on there. It doesn't look too bad in Florida, not bad in Texas. A couple little tiny spots in our Oklahoma area. Looks like New Mexico, a few wet spots, and looks like northern portions of California, as well as into Nevada. They have got a little bit of rain. And what are we seeing here between Omaha, Nebraska? Well, that's Omaha, and this is a Nebraska area, I guess, and that is Wyoming. We're seeing that little storm there, and some isolated storms in Washington, as well as Oregon and Idaho and Montana, and of course North Carolina. So that sums up what's happening in the U.S. We get down into Central America, and of course why we have no visibility of volcanoes is right there, this mess. And that is why we don't see them so well. So lots of activity weather-wise in Central America, and the northern portion of South America is doing its own thing as well. And then we see this here, still kind of climbing in to all the way into Argentina, but going through Buenos Aires, not Buenos Aires, Uruguay I meant, as well as hitting the southern tips of Brazil and the Chilean coastline. What do you expect? It's Chile with some rain and snow mixed with those storms. Going over to New Zealand, let's see what's happening there. And yep, they do have some rain happening on the South Island. North Island has got a few storms or bigger storms around it, kind of messing it up a little bit on the western northern sides. And we do see this system here, but that's going to move east. Same with this stuff, it'll all move eastward, and we'll see it clear up there a little bit. Looks like Tasmania west side is wet once more, and we see a pretty heavy front coming their way as well. And looking at Australia, look at this, and we've got this big monster going across here, and hopefully that will give them some water. They need that up there, and that would be nice. And looking at, well, might be a little bit better in Tonga and those areas right now. Looks like Fiji isn't too bad, not that bad in Vanuatu or some of the other Solomon Islands, etc. Papua New Guinea is not that bad. And looking at what we see here in Indonesia, it starts getting bad. Lots of rain there. Even here in Java, there's some rain in the south. Lots of rain in Sumatra. Singapore is raining, of course. Up here in Thailand, definitely a bunch of rain. And we see even up here in Hong Kong, they're getting it. And of course, the Philippines, what would the Philippines be without rain? We are seeing Kagoshima is sitting at getting about 1 millimeter, it said. We do see this one here kind of in between Korea and Japan, and that storm is likely going to move up into the Sea of Japan to meet up with his big brother over here. And that is messing up everyone's day. Looks like from Tokyo straight north is where most of that problem is. Kamchatka Peninsula, they are still basking in the sunshine. You've got polar bears up there with their, birthday suits on. Anyway, looks like India is still getting a bunch of that wonderful tropical rain. It is the rainy season now, and that is what is happening there. And it started pretty quick. It's that Biparjoy, when it went through, that's when it really started picking up raining there. So interesting to see a lot of rain in the Bay of Bengal, and of course there at Jakarta. And let's move a little further south. We are seeing some rain down in South Africa. That is kind of interesting, that low sitting there, and not so much in, doesn't look like any actually in Madagascar. And of course this region, that's more jungle-like, and you'll see more of that. The rest of the Sahara is pretty dry. Turkey is dry. Black Sea has got a few storms above it. And then we see here in Russia, they've got a system as well. Looks not bad for Piggy, no rain. And looks like many places in Greece, not so much rain either. A little bit there in top of the shoe or boot of Turkey there, or not Turkey, for Italy, I mean. And maybe on the coastlines there of northeastern portion of Sicily. So that's what we got there. Looks like just a couple of little spots in Spain. Spots in Spain? That could be a band name, Spots in Spain. Anyway, never mind. Looks pretty good there in France. and most of the Alps are looking pretty clear as well, with the exception of over here in the far eastern portions. Germany not so bad. Up here we do have a system coming in, and that is even getting into Holland and Denmark a little bit. We do see this cut line though. Not sure that's going to head eastward too. Not sure how quickly it'll move to the east. And then we see most of England is pretty good. A little bit of rain in Wales. And you get up here, northern portions of Scotland starting to get wet. I'm sure that is going to move to the east as well. And then, of course, Ireland definitely getting a bunch of water. And there's that low, and it's churning, so that's going to take a little while to move along. They're going to have some bad weather for a little bit. And here's some rain happening in, of course, Iceland, the land of fire and ice. We do see it. It's pretty cool. And let's see, Greenland Sea, ice rain, snow on the interior, to be expected. It is that kind of a place, you know, called Greenland for a reason, because it's green. Oh wait, it's not green, it's white. Let's go back over to temperatures, and we found the hottest temperatures. Let's now find the coldest temperatures on the planet. So far, 70 degrees below zero, right in here somewhere. There it is, 70. Let's see what else we can find. And we'll scan around and see if we got anything nice. Nice and tropical, right? We'll scan over here. 59, no. There we go. 75 right there. Let's take a look at that area. 77, 78, and do we have a 79? Oh no, 78 degrees. I don't see 79, but we definitely have a 78. Let's just scan around in case I need to look elsewhere. 78 degrees. 77. 78. Yeah, I think that is the best I am going to do. 78 degrees. Unless I zoom in here really close and hunt for a spot. Oh, hang on, right there, 79 degrees. Let's see, do we have an 80? We have a 79 right there, and we need 80 degrees now. I don't think we've got an 80 degrees. Below zero, and that is in Celsius, you guys, and that means it's about 110 and below in Fahrenheit. And that's it. So let's leave it as that. 79 degrees, very, very cold. And there we go. Doc pulls even. Sue has got a 79. That is awesome. That is a wonderful temperature. So it's a tie, a bow tie. I'm not sure what kind of tie, and that it could be one of those ties. I have no idea. It's a tie. Yeah. All right, let's leave it as that for today, ladies and gentlemen. We'll put you back on the canned lava for right now, and we'll wrap it up. So I want to say first off, thank you everyone for being here today. That is awesome. Unfortunately, we didn't have any new wonderful volcanoes erupting anywhere, and that would have been nice. But we are going to keep an eye on what is it? Hang on, I forgot the name of it. The new one. Oh my God. Ubinas. Okay, anyway, that is in Peru. Yeah, that is a cool. Yeah, you be nice. You be nice. You be nice. You be nice. Anyway, I'll good. I'm going to head to bed. Okay, Grandma B, is the speaker secure? You wouldn't want you wouldn't want that poor cat to go crazy. Uh, anyway, good night, Grandma B, and you're welcome, Sue. Saying thanks for the great stream. You are welcome. I want to say thank you first off to Metal Omi 54 and Oz. Both of them did nice super chats. Thank you very kindly for your support. I really do appreciate that. Also, a big thank you to our moderators, Arizona Snowman and Piggy and a CND Boy and Gary 24/7 Live AZ Skies, as well as Lucas Snow, Joseph Fields, Texas, and Mona Lisa Smiles. Thank you, moderators, for being here and doing your thing. Appreciate it. Also, a big thank you to each and every one of you, the Lavaliers, the members of the Lava family, of course. You guys are the most important ones because you are what make the show. So thank you all for being here. And on that friendly note, it's time for me to wrap things up and find myself some dinner soon. Keep smiling and be happy. Have a safe night. And please, as I always say, please tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Good night, everyone. And good night, Bo. Good night, everyone. And take care. And oink, oink.